is McCole Hardman. He's in the top tier of the league, 50 receiving yards so far this season. It's the Colts and the Texans, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Colts in this matchup, they've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And once again, this Colts defense stops him behind the line of scrimmage. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Not the best to start here. We know they're on a 2-game skid. 3 and out. That's not what they had drawn up.
Not even close. And now what you're asking your defense to do is pick you up. And they've had to do that, I'm sure, during this losing streak. Hopefully you've got one of those confident defenses that says, we'll take care of that. Hopefully you'll get back on track soon.
So now the Colts will get their first opportunity with the football. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. This offense, Charles, what we've talked about, how well they played all season, sitting now at 13-0 with a finish line for a perfect regular season. That's in sight. Some in the media this week were pointing back to the 07 Patriots. Of course, remember, they finished the regular season unbeaten, but they were tested multiple times in that final month plus.
Yeah, it was something like 4 of the last 6 wins were one-possession games, and they played like a team that was trying to protect something instead of chasing something. And that's what happens when you have an undefeated record. So it behooves you as a team, get a couple blowouts in there so you get a chance to relax and breathe. But that's much easier said than done.
Give them 3 yards there on the first down pickup. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run. They started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that touchdown. Chase Claypool hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend. So potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
This defense for the Colts, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Here's Taylor again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Taylor is into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 20. ground. It's Pierce to begin the drive.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 32-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
puts from 3 yards out. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making. Watch and see if it actually happens. Like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense set to regain possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, I feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
15 yards there for number 15.
21-0 our score after one. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Pierce now up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 45-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Option play, and it's a handoff to Pierce. And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and 13. To Pierce, they set up the screen. It's a room to maneuver. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Delivers another one to Pierce. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center stage.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run once more with Taylor.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got his tight end pitch complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Taylor. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got them another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock, and letting your defense rest on the sidelines.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. 5 yards remain on 2nd down.
The give to Taylor. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. On here in this first half. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He is really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Throw complete right side to Colts.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
3 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll set up to throw. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, he gets it to Collins. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, and it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Derrick Henry has a touchdown run. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Kadarius Toney, a touchdown reception. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check out their numbers on the ground, as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point, and he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Texans will take over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, complete. That's Collins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game. First and 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Well, up big with still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 96 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Now back to throw.
That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year.
And the Colts just continue to roll.
Extra point by Gain is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Brandon Cooks trots back onto the field with the rest of this Texan offense.
Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston.
Hardman on the return.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Hardman. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered. He just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact in the next-gen stats.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs.
And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there.
Texans are able to claw one back.
Lutz with the extra point. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Colts taking the field again, running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Made right at the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 7.
Throw right side, taken in by Collins.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up a throw. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And you're at the point here, 3rd quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line, because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll drop to throw. Forced out to, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. Like the way I said that, in his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a 2nd player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling him back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
And some space here. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 45-yard line. Again, it's Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw here. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line bearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Touchdown, Colts! Jonathan Taylor, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about... Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
That's going to get reversed. That was
now as they get set to take over. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops from one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Back to throw again. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball in a comfortable fourth-quarter lead. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They'll go again to Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
On play action, Ellinger.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Now they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And again, that's Hurst. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Their front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
Here's Hardman to return.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
second down, another shot for Jones. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Ellinger to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. On is the punter, Townsend, as he gets this one away.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking
Taking
there.
it about the 36. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across
There's a
the
few
40.
balls today that I've never
41-yard
thrown.
punt, 6 yards all the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down.
Again, I switched to the triangle when he stands there. I don't understand why that's happening. I was like spamming it. Like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
They're going to look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. They do get a couple.
I appreciate you hanging out.
Staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
You guys enjoying the game. Hope you guys enjoying the series. And we'll see you on the next video.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Colts, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Cincinnati Bengals come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.